Weird episode 199 of the Attitude Era series. It is Tuesday, week 4, October 1999. Now, I decided to record this instead of Raw is because we're at episode 199. Next week will be the final week before Survivor Series. I'm not going to record Raw or Smackdown next week. I'm going to recap it at Survivor Series. So, expect episode 200 to be long because, it's episode 200. I wanted to make it a pay-per-view. I don't know how to count, so it could have been Sunday, but I had plans for next week's Raw and SmackDown. I'll show them in depth like I'm, here. So expect a long episode of Survivor Series. And after Survivor Series, I will film Raw, not film SmackDown. The next Raw, I'll cover what happened in SmackDown, then go over Raw. It's just a little mix-up here because I wanted episode 200 to be something big. Because it's episode 200. Hopefully I didn't mess up the counting again. But so we're gonna recap last week's SmackDown, last night's Raw. Then I didn't even book SmackDown yet, so I'm gonna book SmackDown, and then we're gonna go over that. So we're going over 3 shows in one episode, and then same thing next episode, and after that will be like 1 or 2, depending. So last week on SmackDown we saw Billy Kidman become Hardcore Champion, and the best Hardcore title match we had since. Defeating Chavo, who defeated Crash, if you can keep up. That's the whole point of the Hardcore title in me, is just changing back and forth, get guys in the show. They're a fun match, has a reason. We have Rock and Saw Connection, agreed to a match with Taker and Abyss at Survivor Series. That will be a tag match. And I actually checked, that's the second time those two will meet. Undertaker and Abyss faced X-Pac and Kane at SummerSlam. I missed that for Rock and Sock. We had Goldust defeat Edge, and Christian attack Edge, or Goldust, excuse me. Rikishi had a hell of a promo hyping his match with Triple H. Rikishi is one of the mainstays of the company so far, which surprised me, because I had him since the beginning, and he's still here. Val Venus cut a promo on Kurt Angle. Then Big Angle here is Eddie Guerrero, beaten down by Team Perfect. William Regal goes on to retains his title over Mark Henry. Just a way to continue that feud with Mark Henry, Owen Hart versus Un-American. That program and the Hardys versus Marvelous Ones program will be the matches that are Survivor Series matches. The traditional 5-on-5 or 4-on-4 maybe. I forget, one of them might be. But that will be the traditional Survivor Series matches, those programs. X-Pac and Kane accept Road Dogg and Batista's Rabid Dog challenge of of a title match at Survivor Series. My tag division is deep. It's insane to me how deep it is. Then in our main event, we have Triple H defeat Rikishi, non-title, but Triple H with a pretty good match, 89 rating in Rikishi, and he defeats Stone, and then Austin comes in and beats him down, continuing the show of 91. Following last night, hell of a show. Let's go over it. We had the Triple H, Jericho, Rikishi, Austin beginning. Edge and Christian defeat Goldust, Scotty 2 Hottie. Basically, Edge and Christian going with Goldust. They're going to be in a Survivor Series match. Al Snow defeated Billy Kidman for Hardcore title. And now, again, the next best, championship. So we're improving the Hardcore title matches, their grades. Then Eddie Guerrero cuts a passionate promo on Chris Candido, the best of his career so far. 100 rating promo. Eddie all fired up about getting attacked and how he doesn't like being cheap shot and shit like that. You know where I'm going with. Then we have the Un-Americans defeat. I don't know why I just normally would say Un-Americans here. The Un-Americans defeat Mark Henry, Owen Hart, and then Crash Holly, who was feuding with Chop over a Hardcore title. Just throwing shitty ways to get everyone combined there in one story. 6 people trade insults. Edge, Christian, Hardys, and Marvelous Ones all trade insults. The semi-main, we have Rikishi and Stone Cold go to a double DQ with Triple H and Chris Jericho. Wasn't expecting 91 rating. That's why I put it in semi-main. Hyping Kurt Angle, Rock and Abyss brawl before our main event of Mankind and Undertaker. Here, the champs X-Pac and Kane confront Rabid Dog. Just a basic confrontation, back and forth maybe on the microphone about the upcoming match. And then the main event, Undertaker defeating Mankind. Continue the Rock and Sock and Ministry feud. So, I've been talking for 5 minutes before we even started this episode of SmackDown. Anything special in this SmackDown? You know what? I honestly don't know. I haven't even booked it yet, to be honest with you. We're not even there yet. So let's get there. But basically, next episode will be me covering Raw, SmackDown, then showing, what's it called? Excuse me. Then showing Survivor Series. There we go. Who do I want to? Her. Jericho. Let's just start this out here. Nope. Alrighty, so SmackDown here. Gonna book it now. I don't have anything to show you guys because I don't have it. I have stuff planned, but I don't want to bring up my spreadsheet because it'll spoil stuff for you guys. So if you give me a minute. And we're back. Alright. I don't know if this show is gonna have an 88 rating or better. I'm a little nervous. Alright, so here we have Chris Jericho versus Rikishi. Chris Jericho and Rikishi are now semi-feuding because Chris Jericho wants to be in Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, Triple H's, Shane's good graces to get a title shot. So they want him to take care of Rikishi. We're giving Rikishi a push. I don't know why. We always do it at the end of the year, it feels like, and just kind of let him get lost in the middle of the year. But Rikishi gets a victory here when Chris Jericho gets intentionally DQ'd by countout. Following that, we have Mankind cut an impassioned promo in his history with Undertaker and how this is it. This is the last time him and Undertaker will ever be in the ring together. Even though it's a tag match, we're playing up that history between them. The Rock will be like, he'd play up the history with The Rock and himself. Their feud. This feud is Undertaker wanting control WWF. He feels Rock and Mankind are in the way. He wants to take them out and go in a title match. Rock wants to take out Undertaker, go to a title match. Mankind wants to settle the beef with Undertaker once and for all. Following that, we get Al Snow versus Bob Holly. Al Snow defends his hardcore championship for the first time, defeating Bob Holly when Chavo Guerrero makes interference. Excuse me. He interferes, trying to screw with Bob, trying to screw with Al Snow. He wants the title back, cost Bob the match. Following that, we go to Marvelous One's attacking the Hardy Boys backstage. A little bit of a low rating. I feel it's because I let the time down and I only had like 3-4 minutes. When I give these angles longer time, because that's when they get higher ratings. But I don't feel like this needed a long time to get the point over. Following that, we got a Road Dogg versus X-Pac. X-Pac gets a win here, defeating Road Dogg by submission. So we see the champs, gain some steam against the challengers. Following that, we get another match with Owen Hart, Mark Henry versus the Dudley Boys. That was a mouthful. Here we have double DQ. When, the Un-Americans attack the Dudley Boys, or the Un-Americans attack, or here, let me get this straight, William Regal, the Un-Americans attack the good guys, then out comes, who else? Shit. The Godfather comes out, saves, Owen Hart, Mark Henry, here comes their allies coming out to help the Un-Americans, helping out take out the Un-Americans, Dudley Boys. I'm forgetting Mark Henry, Godfather, Owen Hart, Goldust. No, not Goldust. It's the tag team. It's Crash and Bob Holly. So I'll go over that in a minute. Following that, we go Eddie Guerrero beating down Kurt Hennig. He's getting at Kurt for vengeance from last week on SmackDown. Kurt Hennig and Chris Candido attacked Eddie Guerrero. There's that. Then afterwards, we have Candido comes down. He's having the match soon. Him and Eddie go at it in a huge brawl. And then Chris Candido has a title match against Val Venus. Just a throwaway match on SmackDown. Holy shit. That helps me out. It saves, heart. I was worried. But basically, Chris Candido was just granted a match with Val Venus. It could have been for a title. It could not. I think I put it in title match. Was it a title match? I don't remember. Excuse me? Yeah, I would have said Val Venus retains the Intercontinental title. But either way, Chris Candido versus Val Venus. Candido was just brawling with Eddie. So, he's not on 100%. Him and Val fight. Kurt Hennig cheats. Chris cheats. Eddie comes out, beats the shit out of Candido. So basically, Eddie's just fired up. He's pissed off. And Val Venus gets DQ'd for it. Following that, we have the contract signing for the main event of Survivor Series. Triple H, Vince McMahon, Stone Cold. Now in it would say, Stone Cold and Triple H can't touch each other, vacated, suspended, whatever. Then Triple H or Stone Cold signs it, Triple H signs it. Stone Cold says, "All right, Triple H, I can't hit you, but I can take care of him." He ends up stunnering Vince McMahon for the first time in a while. We end Raw with Triple H and Stone Cold staring at each other intensely. I was very worried about, continuing a streak. But I'm happy with the Val Venus, Chris Candido. I was thinking to have William Regal defend European title against someone, but it is what it is. I went with Val Venus, Candido. I went with Chris Candido or William Regal, basically. But the last 4 segments are must-see. 5 segments, excuse me, are must-see. Mankind's promo is must-see. Overall, very good show. Only 11 segments, but you know how it is. And we beat WCW last night. I gotta add 1 point to that as well. But sorry, I'm trying to get all my thoughts out. So next episode will be Survivor Series. We will go. I'm thinking actually, you know what? Let's go over that now. So next week, I was originally gonna have this stuff happen on Raw, and then this stuff happen on SmackDown. I think I'm just gonna cut that. Completely just cut it out, and I'm gonna have Survivor Series Sunday, because you're afforded the opportunity to do that, because here we don't really have a main event quality match. We have Owen Hart and Lance Batista and Kane, but that's face versus face. I don't like doing that. And then we did Val Venus versus Chris Candido a week early. But basically, I'm just gonna cut this stuff out. Next episode's gonna be Survivor Series. So all the shit I was saying in the beginning of the episode, don't ignore it. Ignore that. Next episode will be Survivor Series, and we'll just make up with that time, that extra week for the next pay-per-view or for the Royal Rumble. We'll see. But so this stuff will be deleted. So next episode, Survivor Series, and I'm gonna show you the card right now. So at Survivor Series, our match card is Taz and Al Snow. Al Snow is our hardcore champion. Taz defeated Crash Holly a couple weeks ago. He attacked Crash and Bob after our first hardcore title match, so he's getting a hardcore title opportunity. Then we have Team Edge and Christian, Marvelous Ones, Chris Jericho versus Team Outcast. We have the Hardy Boys, Goldust, Rikishi, Scotty 2 Hotty, and our returning Mosh, because I need to throw an Outcast out there. Who better than Mosh? What better way to bring him up? Here we have Chris Candido versus Eddie Guerrero. Plan on giving this a lot of time. I want this to steal the show, like Eddie did with Owen at SummerSlam. X-Pac and Kane versus Rabid Dog for the tag titles. This is would be the first time meeting between all 4 of them. Looking forward to that. Not expecting a great rating. I'm gonna estimate an 82. Team Owen Hart versus Team Un-Americans. The Un-Americans here are aligned with the Dudley Boys. So we have Matt Blooms, Lance Storm, William Regal versus the Dudley Boys. So Chavez sitting on the bench versus the Hollies. Bob Holly's still a heel, but he's like a tweener kind of thing. Godfather, who returned. Tonight, attacking the Un-Americans and Dudley Boys. Mark Henry, and then Captain Owen Hart. Kurt Angle makes his must-awaited debut. I didn't have an angle for that tonight. Against Val Venus for an Intercontinental title at Survivor Series. Rock and Saw Connection taking on The Undertaker and Abyss. Triple H versus Stone Cold. And then it's episode 200, so I'm talking about, past, where we've been and where we're going. Maybe at the end or maybe at the beginning. I don't know. We'll see. But until then, I'll see you guys. Talk to you next time. Thank you so much. Episode 199.